everybody, it's me, Tasha. Welcome to another installment of Story Time with Tasha. I know I've been on a bit of a hiatus for months, but the theme of this year has been change, and there's a lot of changes going on, and I'm doing my best to adjust as well as I possibly can. So if you have been the one to be like, yo, post more stories, I got one for you, okay? And this one actually is recent, like hella fucking recent. So I don't know if I told you guys about the first dude that I met when I moved to Pennsylvania, right? And me and him dated for months, and then I put an end to it because it was just a very toxic and unhealthy situation, and obviously was not going anywhere. So I put an end to it. Now, this was back in 2020, and when I put a stop to everything, that was in October. And after that, I didn't see or speak to him or anything like that for at least 3 or 4 months. Like, I mean, at all. So October, November, December. And the first time I saw him was in January for a New Year's Eve party that a mutual friend of ours was throwing. But even then, I barely spoke to him. Like, there was no conversation. We didn't, socialize, like nothing. I said hi to him. He said hi to me. He said I look good. I said he looked good. And that was it. That was literally it. So, we didn't have anything going on for months. And during that time, obviously, I expect for someone, if me and you stop speaking, I do expect for you to go out and talk to other people or go out on dates. Like, I wouldn't put anything past that. And also, you're a single person. You're literally not dealing with anybody at this moment, not intimately, not emotionally, like nothing. So I expect you to go on your dates. And I know he was, even though he would kind of like downplay it. Like, when we did start speaking again, he'd be like, oh, I went out on a date, or, I am talking to somebody, but it's not like serious or anything. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, it is what it is. Like, if you say so. Because I know how he can be. Like, he likes to really minimize his actions with a lot. Like, I mean, a lot. There has been so many incidences where he tried to minimize his actions. But that's neither here nor there for right now. So, whew, I'm winded. So, recently, I would say maybe last month, we kind of reconnected. And we didn't reconnect on some type of like, you know, let's see where we go from here, or are we going to work it out type of thing. Like, it was nothing like that. We just kind of reconnected, had conversations, and then eventually hung out. And the first time we hung out was in March. And of course, things happen. And so, what really was like the buildup for what occurred yesterday was so I wake up the next morning and I go to use his bathroom, and I see a panty liner in the trash. And like, I didn't make a big fuss about it, but I knew, obviously, like, it's fine. So when I saw that, in my mind I was like, yo, you're fucking, like, are you fucking serious? I was like, next time you have a bitch over, make sure you empty the trash. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, whoever you had over here left a panty liner in the garbage. And it wasn't like, the girl was dirty, or it was dirt. Like, it wasn't like any of that. Like, my thing was with him. I don't want to be invited over and the presence of a bitch is there. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to walk into a situation and she got like her rubber, like her scrunchies or her fucking hair clips or her earrings. Like, I don't want to walk into a situation and the presence of a bitch is known there. Like, that's wild. Especially if you're trying to have me over and do whatever you want to do. Like, if I had seen that the night before, nothing would have happened. I promise you nothing would have happened. But it is what it is. Like I said, I was like, I'm not upset about it, but just like, fix that. I don't want to walk in here and see that type of shit. Because, I mean, I'm sure he's doing whatever he's doing. He a grown man. I'm doing me too. I'm a grown woman. It is what it is. I was never going to make a big deal about that. I just don't want to see it. So, we go back and forth about that. He completely, like, acted oblivious to it. But he did take that garbage out. Like, he didn't even tell me when he did it, too. Like, I think I walked outside to do something, and I came back in, and it was gone. So, like, he knew. He knew what the fuck was up. Now, we spoke briefly on and off up until, like, maybe April. We're in April, so, like, the beginning of April, whatever. And then he invited me over again. I was like, all right, no problem. We can go. I can go over. So, I was like, I was kicking it with my friend and her son. We were like hanging out together, watching movies, listening to music, just minding our business. And he's like, I'm gonna come pick you up. All right, cool. Grant you, he lives an hour away. So he drove to pick me up. He gets me at like 5 or so, and we drive back to his house. And it like we were already buzzed. Don't get me wrong, especially I think he was, but I was definitely already buzzed. So I get in the car, we're vibing, we're hugging up on each other, listening to music. I'm talking about the good times and all that shit. We get back to his house, and we're dancing in the kitchen, and we're talking and we're making out. It was literally like what we used to be before things didn't work out. You know what I mean? Like it felt like old times, and I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it 100%. I really did. Um, and then he attempts to like get intimate with me. You know what I mean? Like he tries to, do whatever he wants to do, and I was just like, I'm not really feeling it. I'm not like I don't want to. I don't want to. So he stops. Like nothing happens at all. Like he actually like he tried to, and I was like, nah, back up, back it on up, and nothing happened. So we go to sleep, whatever. I wake up the next morning again, and I walked to I walked to pack my bags and stuff because I told him I wanted to leave. Like I was hungover and I was tired, and he was up like making mad noise because he was doing some shit to his kitchen and listening to music dumb loud. And I was just like, it's time for Tasha to go. I got to go. Or if I don't get good sleep, I'm a beast. So I'm like, I'm ready to go. Like I have to go. So he's like, all right, get all your things together. Let me know you're ready. All right, cool. Packing my bags and shit. Now in his bedroom, the way it's set up, you walk right in, and on the wall to your right is a white dry board. And I guess that's supposed to be like his image board for whatever ideas and dreams he has. Not taking away anybody that has those, but that's his thing. And then to the left, you got the dresser and everything, and directly in front is the bed. So I'm walking back and forth, and then I take a glance at the whiteboard, and I see a bunch of hearts and XOs, XOs, XOs. And I'm like, the fuck is this? So I go to him. I said, this is the second time I walk in and see some shit like this. What is this? He's like, what are you talking about? I said, what the fuck is this? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, no, what the fuck is this? You can't tell me what it is? All these heart stars and motherfucking horseshoes, you don't know what it is? So obviously he's minimizing everything. Oh no, it's not that serious. Oh my god, that's all he says. It's not that serious. And you know what? Not for nothing, it really isn't. But I already told you, I don't want to walk into a situation, especially since I feel like I have precedence. Like I've been around longer than whoever this woman is. So the least you could do is respect what the fuck I'm saying. I don't want to walk in and her presence has been known. Now another reason why I was ticked off is because that day was Sunday when I saw that shit. He picked me up Saturday. This nigga works Monday through Friday. He rarely has company or goes out during the week because he got to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work. So he rarely, very, very rarely does anything during the week. Now, there's no way he's looking at that fucking dry board and seeing that shit for a week straight and don't erase it. That's number one. I know him. That's number one. Number two, that's like, in my mind, I was like, well, that means she was either here early Saturday or Friday. Bitch, you picked me up Saturday. So that means she had to have been here the night before. Nigga, you fucked the bitch the night before and now you was attempting to fuck me? That's why I flipped my fucking lid. That's why I turned the whole cake over and started spazzing. That is why. It wasn't the fact that, he once again let me walk into a situation like that, but the fact that, like, you really tried to play dirty. You fucked this bitch, whoever she is, the day before. And now you attempting to do the same, like, ooh. I'm trying to stay calm, but it took me everything in my heart and soul not to really fuck him up. It took me everything. Like, when I tell you I was, like, screaming at the top of my fucking lungs, I was like, yo, Adam, you drive me the fuck home. No, you gonna catch a cab. Bitch, you don't drive me home, I'm fucking up all your shit. I promise you I'm fucking up all your shit. So he tried to make it seem like he wasn't getting ready. That nigga was getting ready. I started knocking over shit because I was looking for my headphones. I started knocking over shit. Like I was pissed the fuck off, kicking shit around and whatnot. Like I was livid. But he was making it his business to try and stay calm because not for nothing, it would have been a fight. It would have absolutely been a fight. And I'm not the type of girl that will hit on her man or anything like that. I don't condone anyone putting their hands on anybody. But there's a reason why he brought me to that point. When we first started dating, he had choked me. The second time there was like a near altercation, he said to me, and these were his words, he was like, "Do you want me to hit you?" And I'm a naturally aggressive person, but I feel like I shouldn't need to get to that point. But after those two situations, I'm now the aggressor. So, when he choked me the first time, I never saw it coming, obviously. I didn't think anything, I was in shock or whatever. The second time, when he threatened to hit me or asked me if I wanted him to hit me, I got really in my stance, like, if you touch me, I will kill you in your house. And now this is the incident, like this is the time where I am no longer a victim, or I'm no longer about to play, like I'm not gonna let you talk to me any type of way. I'm the aggressor now. So that's why I got real hype, because it's been a conditioning period for me. Like I changed dealing with this nigga. So yeah, so he drives me home. I'm like, all right, cool, and we hadn't spoke. We hadn't spoke at all, and this was last week. Grant you, this was last week. Okay. Now I hit him up. This was last weekend. So I hit him up on Wednesday. I think I hit him up on Wednesday or Thursday, and I was like, I want to come over for the weekend. No answer, no nothing. I was like, okay, that's a little weird, but whatever. I hit him up again. I said I wanted to come over this weekend. Even with everything that had happened the weekend before, and even with our history, there's always going to be love there. And he held, because he doesn't anymore, he held a special part of my heart because he's the first person that I met out here. And we did so much together last year, from literally January up until like September. We spent so much time together. So there, he held a special part in my heart, even with all the drama. So that's why, just to let y'all know, that's why I hit him up. Was like, let's hang out this weekend. But anyway, doesn't say anything to me at all. Like nothing, no words, no response, no nothing. So then Friday comes, this past Friday, and he's like, oh, I'm in Hawaii for my birthday. And I was like, you lying. Like, you're fucking lying. How you in Hawaii for your birthday? Like, why would you not tell me, number one? Like, I felt like that was so weird because he never not tells me things like that. And I'm like, okay, let me do my spy work. Did my spy work. Not posting anything. Not sharing anything. That's why I assumed he was lying. Like, who the fuck goes to Hawaii and not tell anyone? It's fucking Hawaii. I would let y'all know when I'm in the cab on my way to the airport. Like, I would. So, and I know that's who he is as a person too, because when he went on his little road trip, he documented before he even got in the car. So I know he would. That's his pattern. So I was like, that's weird. But then he sent me pictures. So one of the pictures was him like on some sort of a balcony, right? And the back was like other buildings and some scenery or whatever. I'm like, all right. Second one was him. It wasn't even him. He just took a picture of the sand at the beach. And then people in the background. Like, it wasn't even him. So I'm like, this nigga with a bitch. He's with a bitch. Like, I didn't want to believe it because I'm like, there's no way he would disrespect me like that. There's no way you can attempt to want to fuck me the week before and all of a sudden jump and go to Hawaii with a new bitch or whoever this woman is. And for the month and a half that we've been talking, you not mention that you plan on going to Hawaii with a woman. There's no way that a person could be that fucking disrespectful. That's what I'm thinking, because I wouldn't do that. Like when he had a huge fit about me going to see somebody, I was like, listen, if I ever get serious with somebody, I promise you, I will tell you, because you have the right to know. As my ex, and the fact that we share like mutual friends, because at some point you'd have to meet the dude, I will absolutely let you know. You just took a fucking trip to Hawaii with a supposed bitch. And so I'm like, there's no way he would do that. There's no way he would fucking do that. But my gut and my intuition, y'all women, trust your shit, man. Trust your shit. Oh my God, trust your shit. my gut and everything was telling me he is. Talked to a few friends, and the fact that he just wasn't answering me, like, that was weird too. Like, you're not sharing where you are, you're not answering me, which is really unusual. Even if we did argue and like I threatened him or whatever the case may be, he would answer me, which is why I still hit him up, because he would answer me. It's like, this is so weird. I asked a few people, and my best friend, because she's the one that give me the truth all the time, she was like, he with a girl. I was like, there's no way a nigga gonna go to Hawaii with another nigga. Unless it's like a group of friends. There's no way a nigga is going to go to Hawaii with just one dude. That's just not, I don't know. Because Hawaii is known to be a very family-oriented place and a very romantic place. No one goes there by themselves, generally speaking. And no one goes unless they're with, like, a significant other. Now, I had to ask, and I asked him multiple times, because, like, hours was going by, and he just wasn't saying anything. And I kept looking up the times on Hawaii, and I'm like, this nigga not sleep. Like, I know him. He's not sleep. I don't care how drunk he is. Sometimes he doesn't sleep at all. So I know him. I know he's fucking up. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He's up. He can see my shit. Just not answering. So I was like, yo, just tell me if you're with a bitch or if you're with a woman, and then, you know, we can move forward. What is that? Oh, it's limp. And then we can move forward. So hours later, and this is all last night, mind you. This is all last night. He replies to me. He's like, I am. When I tell you my fucking heart sank, it sank. Now, this guy has broken my heart multiple times before. He has made me cry. He has really put me through the ringer for no ass reason. Literally, no ass reason. And I tolerated a lot under the impression that he's the one. You know what I mean? Obviously, I was sadly mistaken. And that shit crushed me. And the time that I found out, it was like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and all my friends were sleeping. So I couldn't even, I told all of them, but they couldn't engage with me because they were all asleep. I stayed up till 4:30 in the morning. And I couldn't sleep, you know? I was sad, and I was hurt, and I was disappointed, and I was disgusted, and I was like, this can't be real. Like, who does something like that? Like, how do you tell somebody that you love them, that you care about them, that, like, how do you look somebody in the face and pretend to be so genuine and then do something like that and then to hide it? I felt so disrespected. Like, I don't think y'all can understand. I don't think y'all can get, like, the degree of disrespect I felt. Because then you also tried to fuck me 5 days before you left on this trip. 5 days before you left on this trip, you tried to fuck me. Now, had I not been like, you know what, nah, I'm not with it, I would have been even more crushed. Because then I gave my body to you. And you really, like, huh. Thank goodness I didn't, because I would have been so crushed. And I'm like, Hawaii ain't cheap. Hawaii is not cheap. So I know you didn't go by yourself. And for you to stay for 7 to 8 days, you can't afford that shit. No, you can't. But for you to stay like 7 to 8 fucking days and you go to this place, that means like you plan this shit for months. For months. You've stared me in my fucking face. You've hit me up. And for months you knew that this is what you were doing and who you were doing it with. And then it also intensifies the narrative for me, because it's like, you obviously feel something for this girl to take a trip with her. Like, me and him have went on trips before, but we've went as like a group. You know what I mean? It's never been a one-on-one thing. It's always with a group. And in my mind, it's like, if you're that serious about somebody, leave me the fuck alone. That is all I ask of guys out here. Is number one, if you know you ain't gonna do right by nobody, just leave them the hell alone, please. Because you really out here fucking up these women's lives for no reason. Like, you really are. Me and him would have been just fine as friends, but he's the one that tried to pursue something more. It drives me insane how he allowed himself to string me along the way that he did. Even if, like, you know, we wasn't really trying to rekindle anything, nothing like that. But as your ex and someone that has been around you for more than a year, and you still continue to hang out with her, and you still continue to want to be intimate with her, and you still continue to hit her up and see how she's doing, and for you to have a whole nother life in the background like that, that's really fucked up. And the way I had to find out from you telling me that you in fucking Hawaii. And I'm gonna be real with you because I know how he talks. I feel like the only reason why he hit me with that shit is because he was drunk. Like when he get drunk, he says a lot of disrespectful shit, like real disrespectful shit. When he's sober, he remembers what he does, but he acts like he doesn't. So like, yeah. So I know the reason why it's like he's in the middle of the day and he's day drinking and his attitude is I don't give a fuck type shit. So I was like, really? When he told me I am, I was like, really? Really? Are you fucking serious right now? That's how you gonna do me? And it's not about him moving on. It's about you knowing that you're moving on and not telling me. Because I wouldn't be talking to you. I'm not going to hang out with you if I know that you are now serious with somebody. There's a different there's a different navigation when it comes to shit like that. You know what I mean? Like we're now on a cordial path, and he didn't feel it was appropriate for him to inform me that he was going to fucking Hawaii 5 days after he tried to fuck me. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like that's disrespectful as fuck. Now, a while back, he hit me up about, some guy that, he thought I was talking to or whatever the case may be. Now, with that being said, we were not communicating at all. So then there wasn't a reason for me to say anything. Now, regardless if that was true or not, like there was no reason for me to say anything. And like I told you, I did tell him, I was like, yo, if I ever decide I want to get serious with somebody, I'm gonna let you know. You're serious with this person or whatever the case may be. You're in another fucking state, 13,000 miles away or however, like you're hours away with this woman, whoever she is. And you felt no desire, no, like your moral compass is fucked, but like no desire, you had no type of integrity or anything to be like, you know what, let me let Tasha know that I've been planning this for months and I'm about to leave and go with this woman. At no point did he tell me anything like that. No point at all. So, yeah, I hit up one of his best friends and I asked her about it. She was like, she didn't even know. And that's supposed to be like his best friend since like childhood. She was like, I didn't know. He didn't tell me anything. She was like, last time I talked to him was like, about a week ago, a week and a half ago. Okay. Last time I talked to him was like a week or a week and a half ago, and he didn't tell you anything. Like I said, you have to plan a trip to fucking Hawaii. That shit dumb expensive. There's no way you just up and decided to go. No way. I even hit up like his best friend's girlfriend. Every now and then we speak. And she was like, I mean, he told me he was going, but he didn't tell me who he was going with or whatever. Like, she was like, I assumed it was with his friends. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, and I don't know if her boyfriend knows or not. But I did also ask her, like, yo, so, has he been bringing other women around? She's like, no, every time he's around, it's just like, him and his boys when they have their little fun or whatever. I was like, oh, okay. So that's another thing that's weird to me. You're hiding this woman from, and you took a trip with her. I don't think, there's no way you could take a trip with a woman and not care enough for her to like, why are you hiding her? Why are you hiding everything from everybody? Who are you anymore? Like, are you Adam? Like, who the fuck are you? You hid so much from so many people. And I find that to be crazy. You're hiding this woman. Now, there's so many things that are going through my head about it because, like I said, I found all this out yesterday. So I'm still kind of like wrapping my mind around it. Like, I cried 3 times this morning. And then I was like, I have to go for a walk and clear my mind. And when I went for a walk, I was like crying in the middle of the street. Like, I cried because that is some real heartbreaking shit. And I told him, I was like, you know what? Like, I was asking him a bunch of questions because I was trying to figure out how you could do something like that to somebody you claim you love. That's all I wanted to figure out. That's all I wanted to know. Like, why did you feel like you could not tell me? Because I thought we had a different type of understanding. I thought we had a different type of relationship or friendship. We might hit the fan, but I felt like we were able to talk to each other enough to, put that out there. It's one thing, you hearing through the grapevine that I went to go see somebody or I talked to somebody. That's one thing. It's a complete another when you planned a trip for months with a woman and you take that trip with her and no one knows you hid the whole thing. He never posted a story. He never posted a picture. He didn't share anything on Facebook, nothing. I just found that to be really, really not okay. And he wasn't trying to answer me. He's like, I'm not doing this. Oh, we're not together. I was like, it's first of all, are you and that bitch together? Like, let me know. Because if that's another thing, too. If you're in an actual relationship, now I really, really got to burn your house down. Now I really have to. Because now, not only are you disrespecting me, now you're disrespecting her. Like, yeah, now I really got to fucking hurt you. But he never answered that. All he kept saying, like, that's his favorite line, though. We're not together. We're not together. Bitch, when you drunk and you feel like doing whatever you want to do, we're not together. But any other time, we together, okay? Shut the fuck up. I can't stand a nigga like that. And he was like, I'm not doing this right now. And I was like, well, when do you want to do it? Because I got a lot of fucking questions. I got a lot of fucking questions. And he just stopped answering me. And my messages went on and on. And I have them screenshots, so I'll probably put them up there, block out his number and shit. My messages went on and on and on, and I just kept going and going and going. And it got to like 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I was like, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. Because obviously you don't care. And if you didn't care, you should have said you didn't care so I could just move accordingly. And I'm not saying that I wanted to be with him or anything like that, but the lengths that he went to hide it and the way that he carried himself with me last weekend, I don't know about y'all, but that doesn't speak highly of his character at all. And I know I'm not innocent in a lot of things, but I've never done that to somebody. Ever. Like, no one knew what the fuck he was doing. No one knew where the hell he was. And to be quite frank, they should die on a plane coming back. I don't care. I'm not taking it back. I even told him, I was like, you know what? And I'll post this message too. I was like, you don't have to hide that young lady from me, or how old she is. Like, you don't have to hide her from anybody. Because I promise you, we're done. Like, when I say done, you thought like when I said it last year that, I was serious. No, I mean like we're done. Like, you're fucking dead to me. So you don't have to hide her from anybody. You ain't gotta hide her from me. You ain't gotta hide her from your friends. You don't have to hide anything from anybody, because whatever was going on is fucking finished. That shit is in the trash. I was like, you're fucking dead to me. You're dead to me. We will never be in the same room together again. You will never have the opportunity to reach out to me again. You will never be in my fucking presence again. You're never, ever welcome in my space again. I'm never giving you a drop of my fucking energy again. And truth be told, I want to change my number, but that shit is on way too much, like, stuff. I had my number for like 15 years. I can't change it now. This is the only reason why I haven't, but I really want to. But yeah, no more fucking access to me. No more nothing. I'm done. I'm way too cute for that. I'm way too headstrong for that. I'm way too, pleasant. I'm way too pretty. I'm an all around ball of amazing shit. And fuck you for fucking up. And good luck to her. And hopefully you don't put her through the same shit you put me through. Because this was not even, it should feel like a fucking show.